Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Coffee and Candlesticks. This is where we use High Block to showcase market insights and analysis. This is edition 6, being recorded on March 28th, 2022. Before we get started, I'd like to say that this is not financial advice. Everything I say and show in this video is for educational purposes only. Also, if you have not already, please like and subscribe to our channel so you can get real-time updates. You can also follow us on Discord and Twitter to get more information on our product. You can find these links on the bottom of our homepage, and I'll post a link to both of these channels in the video notes below. So yesterday, we saw a pump in the price of Bitcoin, increasing from below 45,000 to above 47,000. Now, even though this is not the largest pump that we've seen recently, there was a very high amount of liquidations that occurred across all exchanges. In fact, this was the largest amount of liquidations that we've seen since January of this year, which was right over here. The high amount of liquidations may be due to the extreme open interest in the market. Looking at the probability histogram tool and the open interest distribution, even after the pump, OI has not dropped off significantly. The histogram shows that 99% of the time in the last quarter, open interest has been below the current value. Zooming into the last 12 hours and looking at the net positions heat map, we can see where some of these new positions have opened, for example, right over here, which may lead to future support and resistance zones. When looking at potential future liquidations, the liquidation level tool shows us short-term levels, and there is a continuous buildup of liquidity to the downside. Also, cumulative lick level delta was recently at its highest point. However, looking at longer-term liquidation levels on BitMEX using the main chart, there is liquidity on both the upside and the downside. Finally, I'd like to close this off by showing some interesting findings that we saw during the last few days. The first is in the cumulative long-short delta. The graph is set up with 3 different look-back periods: 400 periods, 300 periods, and 200 periods. There was a large drop-off that occurred right over here, and it happened to be one candlestick right before the large spike up to 47,000. Next, we'll zoom out to the 4-hour chart and take a look at the Fear and Greed Index. Reset chart, indicators, sentiment, Fear and Greed Index. And we can see that we're finally seeing some green bars, which represents greed. This is the first time that we're seeing green bars since November of 2021. Finally, looking at CVD across different exchanges, throughout the month, each of these lines have increased or decreased more aggressively than others, which has caused separation on the graph. However, now all of these lines have converged and they're moving in a similar way. So that was this week's edition of Coffee and Candlesticks. I hope that this was helpful. If you have any feedback, drop us a comment below, and we'll see you in the next video. Cheers.